This video is a special one. We've hit £100,000 in the portfolio, and to me that still seems so surreal to say. And in the last video we did the giveaway for 600 subscribers. We've now hit 700, so the comments off the last video and off this video will be entered into a draw on the next one for the giveaway. If you do want to get involved, like, comment on the videos, and that is how you get into them, and subscribe to the channel and stick around for more. We're constantly doing giveaways, constantly giving back, and I hope you enjoy the video. So in this video, I'm going to give you a comprehensive breakdown of everything that I hold, and I did choose to do this video today on purpose. I was going to do this video on Monday where the portfolio was up to £103,000, but instead I decided to be a little bit more transparent with the government shutdown. Now I am still over £100,000 because I've got over 10,000 in the GIA, so we're going to touch on both accounts. But as you can see, we're down 4.4% for this week, whereas if we zoom out and we look over the year, we're up by 212% and up £56,000. I thought it was important to try and be a bit more transparent so we can see that bad times do happen in the market and try and keep it a little bit more like that. So let's get into the holdings on both portfolios and break down exactly what I hold. So on the GIA account, it's pretty simple. All we hold on here is Ondas, which is up by 39.66%, and we hold a share of Vodafone, which I've held forever. Now, I was holding most of this cash in premium bonds, and I decided to invest it in the GIA account and make some extra gains ready towards when the ISA resets in April. Like I say, we've only been doing this a couple months, and we're up a lot. It's pretty straightforward. And let's get into the other portfolio, the big portfolio. But before we get into that, just want to show a little promo of the Discord server. So here's a quick little preview of what you could be expecting if you join the Discord server. We wanted to build a network where like-minded investors could come together, we could research together, and we could create something great. Every week you'll get key events for that week, and you'll get the earnings and upcoming results of any stocks that are coming out for the week. We also have general chat and stocks discussions where your general chit chat can happen about football and everything on the weekends, and any stocks that don't have their own channels you can talk about. We then have a lot of the community stocks, which is literally voted in by the community every month. So any stocks that the community want, if there's enough votes, we get that bought in. And you can also showcase your portfolio updates and your videos if you do make them. Now, don't take it from just us. Take it from investors that have also been in the server for a bit, which we did this survey. And as you can see on your screen now, some of the most valuable points that they had so far. Why did they join and what were they hoping for it? Where did you find first out about the server? And what gave you confidence in the server or concerned you? We're very transparent and we're always trying to improve, and we hope to see you in there. So here are the 5 stocks I primarily hold. I'm going to start bottom to top. As you can see, there's some phenomenal growth on all of them, and we have seen some pullback in the market, which we was talking about because of the government possibility of closing down. So with PayPal, what did I see in PayPal? Well, the new share payment-to-payment links that they're integrating, I really like that. I like the idea of they're bringing the crypto into it as well. Now, I know they have tried this in the past and not been so successful with it, but for me, I seem like it's a good idea. And I think their earnings are going to start to get better as we go into the Q3 and Q4. And I like the buyback system. I know they buy back a lot of their shares, but me personally, with the fundamentals I looked at for PayPal, I really liked what I seen. So I've started a position in this, and now we've already built up 60 shares, holding a nice little holding. It has been a bit volatile, but so has the whole market. I think in September, people were expecting it to be a lot worse, and well, it's been the best September I think it's been in 15 years, I think the statistics said. The next one is AST SpaceMobile. Now, this stock is one that I'm building out very slowly for 2028, when I feel like it's going to be at the full production of what it seems to be. I have covered this one on the channel and done analysis on this stock. If you are interested in it, the link will be in the description. So this stock shows a lot of potential. Very, very, very volatile. It's a bit like how Tesla moves on news. They talk about robots, etc. It moves. Same with AST. They talk about launches. They talk about the future, and that gets priced in. So this stock is literally all over the place, which is why I'm building a smaller position over time. I'm not in a rush to get mass shares of this. So we have got 140 shares, and we'll continue to build this out. Would like to have about 500 shares come 2028. So not really much on it. Just keep up to date on earnings, keep up to date on news, keep up to date on what the competitors doing, and then we go from there. So far it's been a very mixed journey. I remember first getting in this stock at 18 a share, and then literally earnings came out and it dropped to 12, I think it was. We ended up averaging all the way down, and obviously it did end up dropping even further to I think about 7 or 8. But we didn't worry. We held out. We kept on DCA in, and now we're getting the rewards from it. We have seen a bit of a drop off of this in the last week, but like I said to you, it's expected. I want it to be transparent. I don't want people to always see green on the portfolios and think that's what's always going to happen. It's wild to see because I'm going to post it here. I think it was about a month ago I did an update. I was on at £80,000. We're now sitting at £106,000, £107,000 after a bit of a pullback. It's crazy if you have conviction in a stock how much you can see it happen. Now, they are starting to roll out options, which is fantastic from what I have seen on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. So I think Q3, Q4 earnings are going to be essential to seeing where we see growth in the short term. They're always doing really good numbers. Website traffic always looks amazing. I've got very high hopes for SoFi in the future. The original PT was 35. I do think we're going to exceed that soon, in my opinion. But we will reevaluate when we get there, and we'll go from there. Now, Nebius was one I created multiple videos on when in just after April, May time. Now, this stock was sitting at 18 to 25 a share. I was picking up a lot of this at 18 to 20 a share, and it paid off massive now. They've had a massive deal with Microsoft, and I feel like there's a lot more partnerships going to be coming down the way, in my opinion. I first valued this in those videos at 80 a share. Well, we surpassed that massively by the end of the year, that was. So it goes to show where we need to be when we're evaluating stuff, and then obviously reevaluate when you come to a PT. We're currently sitting at 235 shares, and we're up by 127%. I do now think that this stock will surpass 200. And again, these are all my opinions. These aren't investment things for you to go and copy. It's more about learning stocks and just being transparent with people. So I do think this one will surpass 200 in the future. We're going to have to wait and see that 20 more big deals that come out. But just in the Microsoft deal alone, that was a real eye-opener for a lot of people, and a lot of people started talking about this. So the last stock, and my favourite catalyst stock at the moment, is Ondas Holdings. This stock has been phenomenal. I did even get lucky enough to have an interview with the CEO, which was absolutely fantastic. I think I hold around 12,000 shares across both portfolios of this one now, and I have massive conviction in this. This year, they've done 3 dilutions, if I remember off the top of my head. Now, people would see that as a bad thing. They have literally executed so perfectly so far, and I feel like they've still got to execute a lot more to sustain where we need it to go. But they opened Ondas Capital, which is another arm of the business. I think they've had about 4 or 5 acquisitions or partnerships this year alone. We're still waiting for a lot more data and licenses and contracts to come out. But my PT on this at the moment was 20. It first started at 8. We was getting in this stock at 1.89 a share. I was making videos, doing the TikToks, posting it. I try and show everybody what I'm into so people can at least look into stuff. I've been averaging up all the way up, and we're still buying shares of this now. We've got a very big channel for this in the community, and people love talking about it. The CEO is fantastic, and their execution is absolutely phenomenal. It's second to none. So high conviction for this one in the future. And I think, like I say, over the next Q3, Q4, a lot of these stocks are going to be doing a really good jump. Now, we do have obviously a couple of ETFs. I think that there should always be a safety net in any portfolio, really. We put a couple £100 into this each month. Sort of set and forget it's even there. Just put a couple £100 in there. Sitting on a little bit of cash, nothing too crazy. We was buying up a lot in September from the dividend money that we freed up. But yeah, really, that's the portfolio. So yeah, it's looking strong. It's looking good. We're a little bit down this week, but it's expected. But Q3 and Q4 looks to really be being strong. So I am looking forward to the earnings. And I do appreciate you checking out the video. And like I say, if you do want to get involved in the competition, don't forget to subscribe, comment and like on the video. And thank you very much for watching.